Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I forgot to get my sound up here a bit. But hello, I'm Ron. I left my bathroom light on, but I don't care. I should, but I'm not going to. I'm very tired. I did not sleep well last night. But that's okay. Because I'm here with you, somehow, some way. Buddy. There we go. Oh yeah, you can hear me. Do I sound okay? No, I sound like shit. I sound like shit, and I don't really know why. I think this helped a little bit, just moving the mic a bit away from. Yeah, this sounds better. We could hoop with this. We could hoop with this. The evil demon lord, evil hero demon lord is. There are no evil heroes. Well, I mean, I guess there are. I want to be technical about it, but nevertheless. Welcome, evil villain demon lord. You're a hero. Yes, just like your master Risa, is it? The pair of you, couple of terrible villains. Monsters! Killers. Neither one of you are heroes. You don't even know how to spell the word. Alright, let's get into it. So the thing that I switched is that, you know, I didn't even... When I took the shot at you for misspelling heroes, it didn't even register in my brain. Oh wait, it actually was misspelled. I was saying it as a blanket taunt, not realizing, oh, I accidentally did just call you out. My bad. Well, either way. So the thing that I changed was that I discovered that OBS, I don't know what update it came with, but that I could stream. OBS now had 1440 as a canvas. And you prove my point, Dus. But yeah, the fact that there's a default canvas in OBS for 1440, I just kind of noticed that, and so I didn't change my bitrate at all. I just moved my thing up to 1440. So I need to know if, like, there's extra lags, if there's extra buffering, if, like, the quality is constantly getting kicked down. I need to know if I need to either set the quality back to 1080 or if I need to, like, look into maybe increasing the bitrate. I'm glad that you see no problems. That's good. That's good, Dust. Thank you. All right, let's get stuck into this. I need to change my friggin' category. Hold on. Doki. Literature Club Plus. Besides that, you say I'm well, you're not a hero. You're a villain. You and the little brat both. Which normally, you know, today is reserved for Villain Tuesdays, but... You know, that brat gave me a reprieve for 2 weeks. So here I am, holding it down, holding it done. Yeah, this is the one. We're going to start right here with balance. Natsuki! While Natsuki is messing with the orientation of her manga on the closet shelves, Sayori approaches from behind and pulls her into an embrace. Pick you both up and put you both on it. You could do that to Risa, I'm sure. Me, I think you'll have problems. What? Oh, you can't see the screen. You're right, you can't. Now you can. My bad. Thank you. Thank you for catching that. Oh, right. You can't quite yet, but now you can when I do that. That. Then that. Now you should be able to see. There it is. Yeah. Just had to... I'm a little concerned that nothing is moving on my OBS side lately. So, like, I can't really see... Like, I can't see any of that. But it's fine, because... Well, I can't see it on OBS. I can see it on other things, so, you know, it's fine. I would not be able to... Because I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy. Let me just keep messing around here with stupidity. Yeah, you know what? It's fine. Let me not dick around. Let's just get into it. What? That's literally all you missed. Yeah, we're talking height, not weight. I'm a big boy. What? Hi. Hi. The Literature Club has been in full swing since Natsuki joined. Including her, the club is now comprised of 4 members. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and Monika. Each club member had received a day in the spotlight to share all of their favorite kinds of literature with each other. Natsuki was first. And shared Ron's yawn. We'll see about that. Natsuki was first and shared her passion for manga. Then Sayori shared her love for poetry, as well as how she goes about writing it herself. Monika, who has multiple literary interests, decided to focus her day on short stories. And finally, Yuri managed to demonstrate her obsession with fantasy, with a little help and encouragement from Sayori. I don't know what that translates to. Hold on. Damn. I'm close. I think. I haven't weighed myself in a bit, but like we can estimate around 136. Well, that's good. You're moving in the right direction. But we can estimate that I'm like around 136, 136, 137 kilos. And then lose internship. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe a little bit of both. Who knows? Yeah, alright. After the week was spent on their presentations, Monika decided to give the club members this next week to freely explore each other's literary interests. Sayori, having spent most of her time in the club so far with Yuri's fantasy books, is rather excited to begin her journey into Natsuki's manga collection. Oh, my panel aired at the Leeds Anime and Gaming Convention last weekend. Just like with Exeter, I have no fucking clue how well it did. It is fully possible no one showed up. I would not know. Nobody got back to me, and I never asked. So yes. I want to read with you today. Tell me which one I should pick. You pick the one about the man with long tail who pop out and goes spaghetti. Well, that depends on the kind of stuff you like. I mean, there's like romance, drama, comedy, mystery. I like all of those things. Saori reaches out and pulls out a random book from the shelf and inspects the cover. Going to sleep now because it's... Yes, indeed. Yeah, go get you some sleep. Really? 2207? Ain't no way you're only 4 hours ahead. Yeah, because for us it would be Zulu is I'm aware. Oh, I'm guessing I don't know. Yeah, that makes more sense. I guess I forgot that military time was more universal, which makes a lot more sense actually. That actually makes more sense. But yes. I mean, it is. It keeps everything uniform. One can understand why the world isn't locked into military time, but at the same time, the logic behind it is sound, and I'm a big appreciator of sound logic. I shall sleep now and tell Liddy Reese I said hi. I shall... Ugh, alright. Hold on, I'll do it right now, because I'm such a nice guy. I'm such a fucking gentleman. I'll do it right now. Alright. Saori reaches out and pulls a random book from the shelf and inspects the cover. Shouldn't this girl be wearing more clothes? You wouldn't like that one. In a panic, Natsuki snatches the book from Saori's hand, then replaces it on the shelf in a less conspicuous location. Okay, well, if you really have no preference, let's just start with something that's easy to get into. Ooh, excuse me. A lot of these don't start to get really good until like a few volumes in, and I wouldn't ask someone to make that kind of commitment unless they're already really into manga. Start with Dan to Dan. I started reading a little bit of Dan to Dan, and that manga like hits you immediately. Like I was immediately hooked on that manga. Mind you, I haven't read. I think I only got up to like chapter 8-ish, and then I haven't read it again since. So just, no time, but that was like the immediately like, oh, I get it. I could handle it. I did it with Yuri's book at least. Well, I'm more considerate than that. Although I'm kind of impressed by your attention span if you put that much effort into her books. No, I have the attention span of a donut. But I love my friends, and I can do anything if it's for them. Except, well, we're not going to talk about it. Well, okay then. Let's pick you something that even donuts can read. I didn't say I was a donut, I just said I had the attention span of one. Aw, were you just trying to call me sweet? You're so cute. Oh, no. No! How did you get to that conclusion? Don't call me that. A donut? Cute. Aw, how come? I just don't like it. I don't need a reason. Natsuki yanks a book from the shelf and closes the closet doors. If someone asks you to stop, then you just need to stop. People need to realize that. I agree. Unless it's unless it's Risa the villain, where she lies and gaslights and likes being bullied. All right, that's enough of that. I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to hurt you. Sorry, it wasn't you. Natsuki shakes her head while pulling a second chair over to her desk. I was talking about something else. I didn't mean to get angry all of a sudden. Natsuki averts her gaze and mumbles. You're like, well, a nice person. I'm a good person! I'm a good person! Sorry, that's something else entirely. You're like, well, like a nice person, so I wasn't talking about you. I still learned a valuable lesson. Sayuri speaks softly as well, feeling shy after receiving the unexpected compliment. Well, anyway, here's the book, so just start it whenever you feel like it. What's it about? Well, it's like a comedy, and there's romance too, obviously. Sayuri looks at the title. It's called Love is Another Word for Luck. Sure? It's about a girl who keeps accidentally running into the same guys, and then you find out, like... Well, you should just read it. Love is another word for luck. I guess. But you have to tell me what you think. I can already guess who you're going to ship yourself with. It would be so funny if I'm right. Ship? I don't get it. Never mind. Let's not worry about that yet. Just make sure you tell me what you think. Oh, okay. I'll start then. Hey, maybe tomorrow we can do poetry too. Oh, yeah, I guess. Don't you want to finish this first? Yeah, but we could do both. I mean, unless you don't like poetry, then I won't make you or anything. No, it's just... Well, never mind. We can worry about it tomorrow. After the club meeting ends, and Natsuki and Yuri leave, Monika strikes up a conversation with Sayori. I see you got Natsuki to share some of her manga with you. I really want to become better friends with her. She's so enthusiastic and expressive. I could just listen to her talk. She's so not sure if she meant I can't say that to her, or if I just can't say it at all. Say what? Nothing! I'm a woman of respect! But Natsuki's a woman of cute. Oh, I said it. Oh, that's a great line. What's so bad about that? I don't know. But you know, there's one thing I'm kind of worried about. Sometimes I'm afraid that Natsuki actually doesn't like me that... Well, I'm gonna try that line again. Sometimes I'm afraid that Natsuki actually doesn't like me very much. There we go. Hold on, I'm about to burp. No? No burp? Alright. Well, that's ridiculous. How come you feel that way? Well, I mean... just little signs. Like how she only says hi to me after I say hi to her first. It feels like she only gets excited to talk to me when it's about manga and other stuff she likes. She just seems dismissive a lot. She was like that when I brought up poetry.
Don't care. Don't care. Still don't care. I don't care.
I don't. Sorry, couldn't help it. Couldn't help myself. What I want to know is, why does that fucking happen? Weird, and how do I fix it? And the main way to fix it is probably not watch my shit on an iPad browser. Hold on. Yeah, that works. Alright. It was like that when I brought up poetry. Yeah, but that doesn't mean she doesn't like you. She's probably just shy, you know? Maybe. My stupid head is just making me worry for no reason. It likes to do that. Ah, my back itches. My stupid back likes to itch for no itch. Whatever. It's okay. Try not to worry so much. Everything will be great. You can always talk to me about any concerns that you have. I'm here to help. Now, hold that thought. Hold that thought, baby. Oh, yeah, right. Hold on, hold that thought, hold that thought, hold that thought. Alright. Yeah, don't worry about that. You might hear it again. Probably not. Maybe. I'm just checking. I wanted to check a couple things. So something. I remembered something. Alright, cool. We're good. Back to it. You can always talk to me about any concerns that you have. I'm here to help. Arm tweaking. You're the best. Sayori gives Monica a quick hug. Well, I'm gonna keep trying because I love her and I want to get closer to her. You got this. After the next club meeting starts, Sayori is the last one in as usual. Trotting into the room, she sees Natsuki sitting alone by the closet, reading what must be manga. Without hesitation, Sayori pulls out a gun and puts it right to the back of Natsuki's head. You're gonna fucking be nice to me, or I'm gonna paint this closet with your blood and brain matter. Natsuki, no. Without hesitation, Sayori pulls up a chair and plops herself down right next to Natsuki. Hello there! Hi. What you're reading, can I read it with you? Natsuki pulls the book away from Sayori. You can't just start in the middle, there are spoilers. Besides, what about the one I gave you yesterday? Sorry, I was just curious. Well, anyway, I've been waiting forever for this volume to come out, and it just came out yesterday, so... Oh, that's exciting. Well, I'll let you read it then. Can I sit next to you, though? Sure. Sayori plops herself down next to Natsuki, then pulls out a blank sheet of paper. Natsuki reads in silence, save for the periodic flutter of a page being released from beneath her thumb. From Sayori's side, only the light tapping noises of her pen meeting the paper can be heard. Time passes. Sayori's paper is filled with scribbles, and the margins are lined with stick figures. Natsuki lets out a deep sigh and closes her book. Did you finish? No, but it's a good stopping point. My head is swimming. I need a break. Natsuki stretches her arms. Aren't you bored? No, I was writing. Oh, I saw all the stick figures and thought you were just bored. I just draw those when I'm thinking or waiting for inspiration. I made friends with them all. This one is sad because she thinks the night sky is pretty, but she can't look up at the stars in public without everyone thinking she's a weirdo. What does that mean? And this one has problems with his back, but the doctors can't figure out what's wrong with him. Oh. What the heck? You're the weirdo. Want to read the poem I'm working on? Oh, sweetie, no. Sure, I guess. Sayori slides the paper over to Natsuki. As Natsuki reads through the poem, she furrows her eyebrows. She slides the paper back over to Sayori. Don't you ever feel weird just sharing all of your thoughts and feelings like that? I mean, your poems are, like, really emotional. That bad? Well, no, it was just an observation. I think people can get closer to each other if they find ways of expressing their feelings. Well, Natsuki begins to protest, but she can't find a good way of putting her thoughts into words. Doesn't that depend more on the kinds of friends you have? I don't know. To each their own. But I've never met anyone I'd feel comfortable sharing my poems with. Not that it's you, it's just how I am, so... You write poems? You never told me that. I just thought you wrote other stuff. Yeah, that too, but... You should... I mean, would you ever want to share? Like I said, I don't do that. But... Can we talk about something else? I'm sorry. It's not your fault. It just makes me uncomfortable. I can't help it. Still, I'm sorry. It's fine. Well, let's move on to something that makes us both happy. Guns! I should continue the book you gave me, since I didn't get very far yet. Sure. Over the next few days, Sayori begins each club meeting by approaching Natsuki with unwavering enthusiasm. Correct yourself or you're getting timed out. It is not chess hero noises. What is it, villain? Wrong answer. Let's see you get upset in DMs now that you've been rightfully timed out. Being a brat villain. Anyway, over the next few days, Sayori begins each club meeting by approaching Natsuki with unwavering enthusiasm. It's Natsuki! Natsuki! Hi, Natsuki! At the end of one club meeting, Monica, who has become rather invested in Sayori's friendship mission, starts an innocuous conversation with Natsuki while she packs up. It's cool that you've been finding time to spend with Sayori. She was pretty excited for the chance to read manga with you. Yeah. Hold on. Just realized something. There we go. I'm sure you've been enjoying the chance to share it too, right? Yeah, mostly. Mostly? Ghostly? Hmm? Natsuki glances over her shoulder, but doesn't reply further. What's on your mind? Nothing. I don't talk about people behind their backs. Oh. Natsuki falls silent, but she just fidgets instead of getting back to what she was doing, as though she wants to say more. It's okay to share your feelings. That's different from talking about someone behind their back. Yes. I just hate when people talk about me behind my back, so I'm better than to do it to others. Monica shares a bright smile. You're really considerate. Thanks, I guess. But it doesn't feel like it. You can trust me. Natsuki stands in silence for a moment, still fidgeting. Just feels smothered sometimes. Scattered, smothered, covered? I'm not used to someone being like all over me right after we meet. I mean, it's fun to hang out with her, but I just have no control over the pace. I can't just meet someone and instantly become best friends with them and, like, share everything about myself. That's not how it works. Agreed. I just want to chill out sometimes. Oh, I didn't realize that was happening. It's fine. Why would you have? I know, I just feel bad about it. I know Sayori, so I should have realized. Monica navigates through her tinge of guilt, which has surfaced mainly due to her being the one who, previously encouraged Sayori's behavior. I know I could have muted her for that, but I didn't. I'm sorry, my bad. That was gross of me. My bad, y'all. By not knowing the situation, Monica can't help but feel a little responsible. Do you want me to talk to her about it? No, I wouldn't like that. Well, I could... I don't know. I could divert her into another club activity for you or something. No way, that would be so underhanded and mean. Sorry, I didn't think that one through. Besides, just because I complained about it doesn't mean I'm asking for someone to solve my problems for me. True. Ah, the villain is raging. Demanding freedom. Sorry. I guess I just instinctively want to try to solve problems, even if I haven't been invited to. It's fine. I would talk to Sayori about it, but it would make things really weird between us. Or just do it anyway. I feel like it would make her just constantly be afraid that she's bothering me. I don't know how to just keep things natural. Well, I think if you do a good job expressing all of your feelings, she would totally understand. Sayori really wants to be the best she can be for other people. I think she would actually be happy that you want to improve your friendship with her. Hold on, some of this conversation I did not absorb. I don't know that we understand me. I just want to try to solve problems even if I haven't been invited to. It's fine. I would talk to Sayori about it, but it would make things really weird between us. I feel like it would just make her constantly be afraid that she's bothering me. I don't know how to just keep things natural. Well, okay. Chess what noises? Villain? Sayori, yeah, but I think she actually you want to bring her, yeah. Maybe. Last chance, villain, or you're going back into timeout jail. The next thing you say, you better come correct. Chess what noises? The next thing you type better be you saying it right. Correct yourself, or you will be corrected. I just feel so dumb talking to someone about how to be friends with... talking to someone about how to be friends with them? Why? What's wrong with that? Just weird and not cool. Monica shrugs. The literature club. Then she mumbles through a stifled laugh. Not the cool club. Hey! Sorry, that just tickled me for some reason. Look, I know that you're kind of in a tough spot and that it's hard for you to really express yourself. But you've really demonstrated to me that you're great at self-reflection and critical thinking, even if it doesn't feel like it to you. Villain, pay attention! I know how your little brain works. But you've really demonstrated to me that you're great at self-reflection and critical thinking, even if it doesn't feel like it to you. I think that's the most important part of being able to navigate through these things. So I believe that you'll find the right thing to do. Well, Natsuki instinctively starts to reject the compliment, but she can't find any excuse to do so. Thanks. Natsuki gathers her things, then she finishes her thought in a mumble. And I'm still glad I joined the club, even if it's weird sometimes. Monika smiles, but Natsuki turns her back and walks away before waiting for a reply. It was an unusual way for Natsuki to express her appreciation, but Monika knew what she meant. There you go. Much better. You know what you're gonna get for that? You're gonna get a bit of a good girl. Alright, brat. That's enough out of you. There you go. You get all the gifts. Moving on. The unusual way for Natsuki to express her appreciation. Monika knew what she meant. Darling, I'm hurt. I thought we had something special. Made Monika feel like everything really was going to be okay. Alright, the villain is lurking. Cool. I can now... Oh, villain, you're about to get timed out again. Oh, moving on. Hold on, I'm not absorbing. Do that one more time and see what happens. It's not Wednesday, so you don't have that excuse. Okay. I'm back in the conversation. What's the new song? Where's Dreams of Love and Literature? There it is. Oh, what's the matter? You're scared. Ooh. Metaverse, Senior Engineer. I've Laster. From I've Laster. I Laster at mess.local. 2. Untitled Mail Group. Do not use. Monday, December 9th, 2019, 12:06 a.m. Why y'all send that shit at midnight? Have a nice weekend. I'm on leave the rest of the week. Contact Ravi if you need to schedule server time, but I expect my jobs to run for a few days since we've collected so much data this week. How about we arrange a meeting to discuss the results when I return? Sure, baby. Whatever you say, babe. Nothing new here? No? What that means is, ooh-wee, 57% data collected. Oh, my bad. Wait, no, go back. Go back! Go back! Go back! Alright, my bad. Thank you. It's lunchtime. Sayori, who usually buys her lunch, is making her way to the cafeteria like any other day. The clamor and bustle of the students is drowned by Sayori's impeccable skill of zoning out. However, her imagination is momentarily interrupted by the glimpse of a familiar pink-haired girl. Hey, that's Natsuki! I never run into the other club members around the school. Natsuki! Sayori stands on her tiptoes and waves. Natsuki, who's busy walking and chatting with her friends, doesn't notice Sayori at first. Then she glances over in Sayori's direction. Sayori waves enthusiastically. Ah! Following her friends, Natsuki quickly ducks around the corner. Hey! She definitely saw me. Monika is the first to arrive at the club meeting, then Natsuki. Sayori, having glanced through the window to see Natsuki already inside, is unable to work up enough courage to enter. Enter! Natsuki's been so distant with me. I was stupid to think she ever wanted to be friends. She only got excited because she got to share her manga. Aside from that, she doesn't even like me. I should just go home today. Sorry, but do you plan on going inside? No. Why? I'm sulking. Oh. Thank you, villain. Ah. Come on. Oh. It's never hero time for you, villain. That sure was a change that happened. For you, it's never hero time. It is only ever villain time. Villain. Oh. Well, I'm sorry for bothering you. Excuse me. No, don't leave me! Oh, I'll stay here then. I don't want to go in. I'm afraid of bothering Natsuki. I saw her at lunch today, so I waved and called out to her, but instead of saying hi, she just ran away from me. Really? Not bad. Hey! Sorry, I'm sorry, that was a joke. It just sounded like something stupid that I would do from anxiety. From anxiety? Well, I just don't like attention being drawn to myself. My tiggle bitties. Oh. Well, that makes sense based on the person you are. Natsuki isn't shy like that at all. She's a fame monster loser, a loser type of geek, and a sloth. No, it's not true at all. Thought we were friends. But it feels like every day she's just trying to distance herself more instead of get closer. Makes me feel like she was only spending time with me during the club because I was reading manga. But she doesn't actually want to be friends with me. Well, I feel like I'm missing a lot of context here. Was she in the middle of anything when you approached her? No, she was just walking with her friends. With her friends. Yuri pauses for a moment. How do I put this? Sayori, you're very fond of your friends, right? You always want to be spending time with them. Of course, I don't think there's anything more important to me. I mean, the best parts of my day are always with my friends. Besides that, I really hate being alone, so... You hate being alone? Sayori nods. We're very different people. I cherish my time alone. I wouldn't trade it for anything. So I think... Well, if I was trying to have some alone time and it was being threatened with an interruption, then... It would not make me very happy. Yeah, but that doesn't have to do with Natsuki. It doesn't have anything to do with Natsuki. She was already with her friends, not trying to be alone or anything. No, I think it's similar. Well, we're all friends in the club, but we have our own lives outside of the club as well. If you think about it, making new friends isn't some casual occurrence that happens on a daily basis. A friendship is an invitation to intertwine your lives together. But the capacity at which each person is ready to do that might be different. There are friends who just like to have fun together, and others who talk every day and share every detail of their lives with each other. I think when establishing a friendship, it's important to consider the comfort level of the other person. I mean, we don't really know much about Natsuki's life outside of the club. It could be that she simply needs to make friends at her own pace, rather than jump headfirst into a new commitment. But that means I really was bothering her. I just really wanted to be good friends with her, so I treated her like one. Was I actually hurting her? I don't know. I'm sorry. My insight was really only based on what I understand about my own needs. And Natsuki and I are completely different, so why was I so selfish? Even if all that is true, then it still means I hurt her. I think I messed up. Yuri, with you, I think I was really careful to understand your needs when I was becoming friends with you. But I wasn't careful at all with Natsuki because she already seemed really social. You know, if I was on dark mode and I looked at your name, you know, in chat, it would be red and black, red and black. You're also red and black. You're also red and black, red and black. I just took control of everything instead of looking for the right balance. Now I hurt her and she doesn't want to talk to me. How could I let myself do this? Sayori? Red and brat, red and brat, red and brat. Alright. Birdie's gonna play this charming little game. Sayori, I think that, well, there was one time you told me something about the way I saw things in me head being different from reality. It's easy to automatically jump to the worst case scenario, but I think it's more likely that Natsuki doesn't harbor any ill feelings towards you. You're very brat. You're gaslight, gatekeep girl brat. That's what you are, villain. Gaslight, gatekeep girl brat villain. So I think if we were to realistically consider the situation and how it would cause someone to feel, oh, I'm bad at this. I'm sorry. Please don't hit me with the sticks no more, Papa. Don't throw your pottery at me. Just because I'm not good at communicating and trying to mediate problems between friends. Please just give me a light slap on the wrist and let me still eat food. Please let me drink water was not muddy or filled with pee. You're a lot better than me at things like comforting and reassuring people. Suddenly, Sayori gives Yuri a gentle hug. You're the best, Yuri. I'm sorry for burdening you with this. You're trying so hard for me. You're such a sweetheart. I just... This... Not a burden. I enjoy listening to others. Soda Beach! Welcome, let me give you a shout out. I'm doing Poor Victorian Child for another 2.5 minutes. Shout out Son of bitch, 0. Now I gotta do this one. What were you playing? You was playing Dissidia 12 Final Fantasy. I haven't played Dissidia in ages. How was it? I remember enjoying it when I played it. If you have to run as well, I understand. You got to do what you got to do. As good as your nostalgia. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think I'd still enjoy it. I think I'd still play it again. But I enjoy listening to others. And me friends deserve happiness. Sayori beams. Well, I think I'm gonna give Natsuki some space. She should do what she wants. And if she does still want to be friends with me, then I'll learn her needs and I'll match her boundaries. Yeah, I'm sure that's what's best. I wish I didn't feel so awkward and guilty. Makes me feel desperate, like I need to make it up to her by trying to make her happy. But that's not what she needs. I just have to tell myself that. It hurts, but I guess it means I still need to grow. I really want to grow as a person. It's better to, if it's to be better for me friends, I want that. Very mature, you Sayori. I'm mature, unlike Reset a villain, who's not mature at all, just a dumb child. Sayori hops up and down on her toes. So does that mean you'll be going home after all? Sayori shakes her head. I need to be here to show her that I respect her space. I'll just spend the club by myself today. Yuri nods in understanding. You can go in first. Okay. You're blocking the door. Oh! Sayori steps aside. By the way, before Yuri enters the club room, Sayori interjects. You said that you and Natsuki are completely different, but I don't really think that's true. I think you're actually really similar in a lot of ways. And that's 5 minutes. 5 minutes done and dusted. Thank you, villain, once again for doing your villainy, your villainous ways. I think you're really similar in a lot of ways. Yuri smiles and shakes her head. Sayori, that's absurd. You're very silly sometimes. Silly. Yuri turns and enters the club room. After a moment, Sayori follows. Trigger warning, butt stuff. No? The club room is quiet. When Sayori walks in, Natsuki glances in her direction. Sayori smiles and gives Natsuki a quick wave before sitting down across the room. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Sayori decides it's best to continue the manga she was reading, so she pulls it out. However, it looks like Natsuki isn't reading today. She has a sheet of paper in front of her and is tapping a pen against her desk, staring at it. Ooh, are we writing today? Monika speaks in a quiet voice, unwilling to disturb the peace of the club room. She kneels down at Natsuki's desk. Damn, power moves left and right here. Ooh, are we writing? Relax. Hey! I'm writing about a whale. Natsuki pulls the sheet closer to her and covers it with her arms. Sorry, I didn't mean to peek. Whatever. I just wanted to see how everything was going. It's fine. Natsuki replies dismissively. She glances over at Sayori, who is focused on her manga. Monika follows Natsuki's gaze. I think she's mad at me. How come? I'm busy right now. Ask me later. Monica falls silent. Natsuki looks back down at her paper. She inches her hand away from the top margin, allowing Monica to see. It says, to Sayori. Understanding, Monica smiles. She places a hand on Natsuki's shoulder and whispers softly, I'm proud of you. Natsuki looks away, but makes no motion to remove Monica's hand. Monica gives Natsuki's shoulder a quick squeeze before standing back up and pulling away. Just a little tipsy, a little drunk. The end of the club meeting passes. Yuri has already departed. She's off to kiss girls elsewhere. So is Monica after checking on Sayori and Natsuki to ensure they wouldn't stay too late. Sayori was determined to finish her manga volume before heading out, since the end was approaching. For fuck's sake. However, with Natsuki also staying late for an unknown reason, a silent tension hangs in the air. After finishing the volume, Sayori brings it to the closet to put it away. She slides it back onto the shelf while Natsuki watches. Then Natsuki gets up and pulls it back out in order to return it to its proper location. Sorry. I didn't know where it was supposed to go. It's fine. The two fall silent again, avoiding eye contact. They both look like they're about to say something, but neither can break the silence. A moment passes. Well, I'll be on my way. See you tomorrow. Sayori turns away to hide her pained expression, then walks away from the closet. If there was any proof Natsuki no longer wanted to be friends, this was it. Defeated, Sayori carries herself out of the clubroom. Once in the hallway, Sayori takes a deep breath and hits her palms against her cheeks to clear her head a little. Suddenly Natsuki's stammering voice calls from behind. Natsuki? Startled, Sayori turns back around to face Natsuki. Natsuki fidgets and anxiously continues with a shaking voice. I have a lot of things to say. Me too. But you go first. Natsuki bites her lip and can't stay still. Well, first of all, please use deodorant. Oh, my bad. She cuts herself short, struggling to continue. Trying to force the words out, she stamps her foot and hops up and down a little. I'm sorry for the thing I did at lunch, and I'm sorry for just being kind of mean lately. It's really hard for me to, I'm not good with things that make me uncomfortable. Especially when it comes to, feelings and stuff. So, face burning, Natsuki clams up again. Instead of continuing, she simply holds up a sheet of paper for Sayori to take. Ooh. The best place in the world. I love my bedroom. It's full of bright colors and soft things. The sunlight shines in and makes everything sparkle. The best place in the world. It has all my treasures, all my books, my collections, my memories. All of my dreams were born in this room. It's the best place in the world. It has all my secrets, all my failures, my fears, my feelings. Sometimes it feels so fragile that the door will break at the slightest touch, but it's still the best place in the world. But when someone knocks, I get scared. I brace my arms against the loose hinges. Please don't break. Don't come in. I'm not ready. It's my best place in the world. The knocking won't stop. I block the door with furniture. An eye peeks through the keyhole and I panic. I'm trapped in the best place in the world. I'm not ready to share my favorite place. I need to clean my secrets and make my bed to hide my nightmares. I need to touch them to put them away, to see them again. I have so much to do and I'm scared. I'm not ready. But it's still my favorite place. I still want to share it. However long it takes, if you wait patiently, I'll eventually open the door and I'll show you the best place in the world. Aww. It's a poem. But I thought Well, I sucked it up so that I could work things out with you. So just be happy about it. Please? Sayori smiles deeply from the bottom of her heart. Fuck's sake, Sayori. I'm happier than I could express. I feel so awful, but I'm so happy that you would do this for me. I actually realized before the club meeting today that I made a mistake. I got so caught up in the chance to get closer to you that I forgot to think about what you wanted. And that we probably have different ways we like to make friends. About like the friendship stuff. I mean, it's okay. I understand, so you don't have to force yourself to talk about it. Your poem did a good job. So don't force yourself if you're not ready yet, okay? Natsuki nods. You don't have to feel like you did anything wrong. It was my fault, and I'm sorry. I wasn't mad at you today or anything like that. I actually felt really guilty and wanted to give you space. I was thinking it's silly that I just approach you all the time and that I should just let you approach me when you want to. Just whatever makes you comfortable. I'll respect that from now on. Friendship should always start with those things. With the right balance. Natsuki nods again. One thing about that. Well, I don't want to have to approach you all the time either. I just want it to be balanced, like you said. Sayori nods. I understand. We'll make sure of that together, then. Well, anyway, now that the two of them have found common ground, Natsuki finds it easier to speak more freely again. I'm not going to be, like, sharing my poems all the time now or anything like that. But I guess it wouldn't hurt to do once in a while. Only the best ones. So you better like them, because otherwise I might change my mind. I like anything you do, Natsuki. Just saying. More importantly, I have to tell you about my new boyfriend. Huh? Oh, from the manga! Wait, I need to guess who it is. You definitely won't be able to guess. The two walk down the hallway together. Oh my god, we have so much to talk about. Darn, I should have told you to save the last two chapters so I could see your reaction to the big reveal. Oh, you wanted to enjoy it with me. That's so cute. Oh, shush. I sometimes have nightmares that my manga anime boyfriend is going to come out of the walls and that he's going to choke me and he's going to say, I never loved you and God was never real and you're destined to die alone. And I always wake up in a cold sweat at... What am I? I am tweaked out. Ooh, okay. New poem. Hold on. I name my pen The Expression Express, my feelings aboard, with a ticket to you. No room for stammers, no lies, no extra stops, no compromise. Station screaming by, attendant saying hi. One ticket to you, please and thank you. Take a headphone and doze. No bumps in the rails, just thumps in my heart. Excuse me. And loops in my letters and clouds in the sky and dreams in your eyes. Hey, wake up, the train has arrived. Expression Express, destination you. Choo choo. Ah, but it's the Kiss version. That's cute. I like that. Oh, okay. Gotta lock in. Doki. Bum bum bum. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. Here we go again. We are to be beginning this side story. Am I bothering you? No. Okay, just checking. It's hard to tell since you always look so into it when you're reading. Okay, just checking. It's hard to tell since you always look so into it when you're reading. It makes me scared to interrupt. Well, it's within my expectations to be interrupted when I read here. It's mainly when I'm by myself that I don't like it. It's within my expectations to be bothered all the fucking time by goddamn annoying pests like you, shit ass. That makes sense. I guess if you're here in the first place, then you're more ready to socialize, even if it takes a little bit of prodding. Not so bad to be social if I let others do the work. So it can be healthy to put myself in a social environment every now and then. Just night when I'm reading the book. The bush. It's mostly difficult when I don't know anyone, or there are too many people, or everyone is being too silly for me to keep up with.
Oh, none of this, silly. I was just here reading my manuscript, and then a man walked in and he was silly. We cannot have this, silly. No, silly, silly. Not at all. We must be sensible in these trying times. Nothing but sensibility. Yes, yes, yes.
Alright. A sec.
This was a perfectly normal sketch about old ladies. Then it just got silly.
Yuri glances across the room at Sayori and Natsuki. Sayori has her head cocked back and... God damn it. Sayori has her head cocked back and her mouth open, trying to catch pieces of a cookie that Natsuki is lobbing into the air, but the pieces keep bouncing off her face and hitting the floor. Maybe I should say something. No need. They just ran out of cookie. What a waste. They've really become good friends, haven't they? I'm happy. It's my anime boyfriend. Sayori seems particularly good at making that happen. But the two of them are both on the energetic side, so I suppose it works out well. Yeah, come to think of it, you and I haven't had many chances to talk one-on-one, have we? So that may be partially my fault, since I'm supposed to be the one engaging club members. Engaging with the club, bottle full of bub. Not at all. I've probably formed a habit of drawing minimal attention to myself. The responsibility is equally on me, at least to display some openness to engage. Well, what about during times like lunch? Do you meet up with friends? I just read. Oh. But I like it that way. Feels nice to be carried off again after a morning of classes. Do you always read fantasy? Oh, not always. I suppose it's all I've read recently, but only because I'm in the middle of the series. There's still 2 more books after this one. Guess those long books suit you well since you spend so much time reading. Well, fantasy may be my favorite, but after that, I'm more or less indiscriminate to genres. I read anything with depth and maturity. Oh yeah? Even like romance? Well, there are a lot of books that have elements of romance in them. I haven't read the Kama Sutra 15 times. Oh, come on, Yuri. You know what I mean. Monica lowers her voice. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, so I won't tell anyone if you do. Hey, yo! Maybe more when I was in middle school. I mean, I was really lonely and people were mean to me a lot. So it kind of felt like, please don't make me think about the past. Don't make me think about those lonely times. Wanting to kiss on my pillow, Dakimakura. Sorry. I just got super curious. You know, we should totally pick out a romance novel to read. That would be so much fun. Absolutely not. Really? Even if it's just... Hey, shit! We got 2 raids! Thank you, Zed. For the raid, let's do all the shit outs. Gotta do that one, and we gotta do a little bit of that one. Retro. What is retro? I'm assuming retro games. What were you playing? What were you doing? And more to the point, how much of a pest was the villain? Because we know she was at least a little bit of a pest. Really? Even if it's just between us? Ah! Curse of Darkness. That's a good one. Try asking someone who has no shame, like Natsuki. Ouch. Sorry. I swear I didn't mean that. Well, I guess it was my fault for pressing you. I'm like that for things in my past, too. You know, things I feel too embarrassed to re-experience. There's nothing wrong with growing out of things. It happens to everyone. For instance, Natsuki's interest in manga reminds me quite a bit of how intense I used to be about my own interests. Makes me think that she'll likely grow out of it, too. Hey, were you talking about me? No, we were just... Oh, we were just talking about how our interests have changed over the years. When did you get into manga, Natsuki? Like a couple years ago, I guess. I was already sort of into it before that, but I wasn't really going hard until then. Going hard in the paint. Cross, tween. Drive to the basket. Oh yeah? What was it that inspired you to get more into it? I don't know. I guess... Let me think. It was after I discovered a series that I really liked. Yeah, I was just like really fed up with a lot of things, and I got super into this one series that I really related to. I guess I had an edgy phase where I just hated everyone around me and wanted to be by myself. Hey, kind of like Yuri. Monica! Sorry. That's completely wrong, so it's still cool that you both really found your thing. They're almost like opposites, but it sounds like they helped you a lot through hard times. You know it. Wow, what the heck? Is that book even bigger than the last one you were reading? It's technically slightly longer, but not by very much. How high do you think it would go if you stacked up the whole series? Natsuki estimates by holding her hand high above her head, sizing up an imaginary stack. I should get one of those mangas that's like 50 volumes long so that I can say I've read more than you. Not that I have the money for that. Please, that would hardly count when your books only have a few words per page. I know, I was just joking. I can never actually read books like yours. It's too boring for me. Yuri shoots a glare at Natsuki. It's not boring. You're just dumb. You have a tiny head and no boobs. Chill, I said for me, not for you. I can have my own opinion. I just think it's too convoluted. Sayori, are those from the floor? Gross. Also, wash your hands before touching any of my books. But my hands aren't dirty. Just do it. The oils are there even if you can't see them. Fine. Sayori trots out the door and Natsuki follows. Yuri, you look a little upset. What kind of nerve does she have to call my hobby boring?
I say!
Hit my mic stand. Well, she did correct herself. Hardly. She was so condescending. I don't mind if she thinks it's not for her. I already understand that it's not for everyone. But she knows well how much these mean to me. So how about just leaving me alone instead of needlessly telling me the things you hate about it? Sorry, Yuri. You may be right. This won't be the last time people have strong feelings about what they like and don't like. Especially in a literature club, so I should figure out to mute if I'm gonna burp. No burp? Alright. So I should figure out how to mediate discussions to keep them positive and constructive. For the record, I've always been impressed by the level of creativity in your books, and also your ability to get through them so quickly. Thank you. Okay, well, this is something that I'll have to think about and revisit. I'm sure I can help Natsuki find some common ground with you. Common ground isn't necessary, I just wish to be respected. That then. Either way, I'll do my best. I'm skeptical when it comes to Natsuki. I trust you, Monica, but I'm skeptical. I'm gonna teach you how to read my book. Okay, everyone. We have a special club meeting today. As you know, the Literature Club is a place where we get to share things that we're really passionate about, like me and this gun. But that also means we should be mindful of how we respond to each other's feelings. For instance, you talk shit about my gun, I'll fucking blast you. I think we have a chance to turn our differences into positive energy for each other. Aren't you being a little dramatic about this? This is important to me. Oh, sorry, I just feel like I'm being accused or something. No, it's not that, it's just... J'accuse! No, I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm sorry if I came off that way. But our conversation yesterday made me reflect on the power of language, and I thought it would be a good topic for the Literature Club, don't you think? I'm sure we're going to have differences in opinion a lot, so I need to make sure we're prepared to keep a positive atmosphere in the club. Bottle full of bub. You say so. Sure. The cool thing about language is that hold on, burp. This burp is like lingering. It wants to come out, but then it just doesn't. The cool thing about language is that it gives us a lot of different ways to express the same idea or emotion. We have a lot of control over how we want the other person to feel when receiving our thought. This goes for poetry, narratives, casual conversation, basically anything. For example, Sayori, what's your favorite food? Have them organized by category. Should I start with snacks, or do you mean full meals? Should I include breakfast? Oh, jeez. Okay, how about your favorite fruit? That's easy. Cherries. Really? Cherries are... I like cherry-flavored things, but I feel like cherries themselves are, like, too sweet for me, you know? Kind of like strawberries. Like, straight strawberries are so sweet. And I enjoy sweet things. Like, I have a sweet palate. I like sweet and I like savory. But, like, strawberries are too sweet. Really? I always thought cherries tasted nasty. What? Cherries are delicious. Well, that's a pretty strong reaction. The burp came out. Yay! Well, I just don't understand how somebody could think cherries are nasty. I guess because you're nasty. You're a nasty hoe. Nasty skank. And then the Literature Club literally sets on fire. How does it make you feel? I don't know. Bad? Defensive, maybe? Yeah, I got defensive. See, the reason you had such a strong reaction wasn't just because I don't like cherries. Because you felt like your opinion was under attack. But that's weird, right? Something like taste is completely subjective. But when I say something like, I think cherries taste nasty, I'm using objective language. I'm challenging Sayori's reality that cherries are delicious with my own, which is that cherries are nasty. Wait, hold on! How is that objective when you just said there was only your own opinion? It has to do with the way our brains interpret the words. You're talking about the reality of the cherries, not your feelings about them. Like Sayori. Let's rewind for a second. Pretend I didn't tell you that I think cherries are nasty. Good! So what if instead of that, I said like... hold on. That should be better. Is that better? Yeah, it's better. So what if instead of that, I said, like, I've tried cherries and they're not for me. It's not the kind of flavor I enjoy. Well, that's fine. As long as you don't call them nasty. Nasty is a nasty word. Nasty go. It's that nasty words. Okay, so cherries is kind of a weird example, but I think it gets the point across. This time around, instead of talking about the cherries, I just talked about my feelings, and Sayori didn't get defensive. So instead of clashing with each other, it's like we received an invitation to talk about our differences. Yuri, you don't need to take notes. I'm not going to quiz you or something. I know that! I was just... Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out. You can do whatever you'd like. But does anyone have any thoughts so far? Yeah, I just feel like I shouldn't have to put all my language through a filter just to protect someone's feelings. Well, you don't have to. The choice is yours on how you want to come across to other people. I'm only suggesting it as a tool to help turn your differences into a positive experience, rather than an argument. Right, Sayori? Whatever you say, cherry hater. Oh, come on. Sayori, I actually like cherries. I was just saying that to help demonstrate. What the heck? Nayato? Nayate? I've been duped! Hoodwinked, bamboozled, flim-flammed. A wool was pulled over my eyes. I was gaslit. I'm sorry, Sayori. I'll make it up to you later. How about a cherry sundae? You're welcome to dupe me anytime, my beloved president. I encourage you to dupe me further with promises of cherry sundae. Buying your people's loyalty. How deplorable. At least you're not, you know, winning them over through fear. Oh, like you would turn down a free sundae, Yuri. You were certainly a fan of those cupcakes I brought in the other week. That was... I mean... I was reading and not keeping track of them. It's just... Let's see how far down deep I can reach into my soul for this. Somehow I have a feeling not as deep, but we're going to try it anyway. Just... Yada yada. Oh, that's enough. We're getting off topic. So now that we have the gist of it, how about we try it with something more relevant to the club? Like manga, right? Let's try to have a productive discussion about our differences in opinion. Well, I'm based on your reaction. I think you liked it.
Ugh. Hold on, I'm gonna stretch. Oh, come on. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Big body stretch.
Yuri, do you want to start? Well, I'd rather not, no. Oh, how come? Well, because I don't see how anything productive can come from that. It's just going to start a fight. No, it'll be fine. That's why I'm here to moderate. Let's just have a calm and rational discussion. Yeah, give me a little more credit. I'm not a child. You don't have to coddle my feelings. I always think it's more respectable to just speak your mind. Respectable? Yuri's expression changes at that word. As Monica recalls, being respected was the crux of the matter for Yuri. Well, the point of the exercise isn't exactly like... Hold on, let me just... Okay. Well, the point of the exercise isn't exactly like... It's fine. I have nothing against anyone personally. You're entitled to enjoy whatever it is you like. I just prefer more depth and nuance in my reading material. I look for stories that are imaginative and sophisticated beyond the surface level. Oh, well, that's just a misunderstanding then. I thought you were going to say that manga's for children or something. Like, I don't hear enough of that. But there's plenty of deep manga. I'm not clueless about manga. I read my own fair share when I was younger. What? Are you serious? How come you never told me? Because I'm past that point in my life, and I really prefer not to revisit it. I prefer more mature things now. Excuse me? Okay, hold on. Can I jump in here? I try to keep things subjective. Subjective? Huh? Because if you imply that manga is immature, then aren't you implying that someone is immature for being into it? I think you meant to say keep it objective. Well, maybe it's immature to judge people for having different tastes. Blah, blah. Maybe it's immature to judge people for having different tastes than you. Natsuki. Nobody's immature. I've read Natsuki's manga and Yuri's fantasy, and I love them both in their own way. Okay. It's great that you like it, but I still find it boring. Boring isn't subjective. Yes, it is! Okay, it bores me. That's a... I'm... Hold on. Am I the one tweaking? Subjective refers to opinions, feelings, or interactions based on individual perspectives, while objective refers to facts, evidence. That's what I'm saying! Okay, it bores me. That's subjective. Correct. That is subjective. Well, no, it's not subjective. That's objective. It bores you. I feel like I'm on crazy pills. But, I mean, the thing about... This is ridiculous. Do you see why I didn't want to participate in this? I knew it was just going to make people upset. I'm not upset! Like I said, I don't care what other people think. But I always got the impression that you secretly looked down upon me, so I'm glad my suspicions were confirmed. That's not true at all. You're making assumptions. You can't blame me for getting defensive when nobody ever has the least bit respect for the things that I'm into. The only thing I look down upon is when people make fun of me for just being myself and trying to mind my own business. What? Have you looked in a mirror? Tell me again about respect after calling all of my interests immature. You can't... Please stop. Please? Excuse me. You can't mean all the things you're saying right now. Let's just be friends. I didn't mean for this to happen. Well, it did. Please don't invite yourself to try and solve other people's problems next time, okay? Yuri's piercing words send the club room into a choked silence as she gathers her things. She leaves. Holy crap. I've never heard her sound like that before. She must be so pissed. Well, you weren't very nice either, so... Just saying. This happened. I'm out here minding my own business. Then 12 men robbed the literature club. Wait, that's not it at all. My fault. Yuri wasn't wrong. I shouldn't have tried to moderate a conflict when I know how bad I am at dealing with conflicts. It was really stupid. It was a really stupid thing for me to do. It's nobody's fault. It wasn't stupid. Everyone in the club is a nice person. Nobody would have expected this. But I guess we're sensitive about the things we really love. Honestly, she kind of brought it upon herself. Like I said, I don't care if you're not into manga, but if you actually look down on other people for it, kind of the point I was trying to make in the first place. Not about sugarcoating things. It's about just recognizing and understanding our differences. Okay, but here's the thing about that. Yuri actually looks down on me. It has nothing to do with her word choice or anything like that. So I see what you were trying to do, but I really think the problem here is her, not just the way we talk to each other, right? I mean, Yuri isn't like... Well, God damn it. Yuri isn't like that. She's a lot sweeter than you're giving her credit for. I'm sure she'll be reflecting on this. I actually think everyone should. It'll be fine. I'll figure something out. Wow, I'm just like saying that instinctively. I'm just setting myself up to cause more problems. It wasn't your fault, Monica. You don't have to beat yourself up over it. If you ask me, it's good that the truth finally came out. Because I can just move on now. But it's fine, I promise. Let's just get our mind off this, okay? In fact, it's a good opportunity to read some manga without having to worry about feeding Yuri's superiority complex. Don't be mean. I'll talk or read manga or whatever you want, but don't be mean to my friends, okay? Sorry. Just bitter. Everything will be okay. I mean, I don't have the answers, but at least I know that we're all good people and don't want to hurt each other. I want to beat this one up with a baseball bat. No. This will be a learning experience. Monica says that, but her uneasiness is given away by how much she has to force the reassuring tone in her voice. This was bound to happen eventually. Natsuki and Yuri have always engaged with each other the least out of anyone. And this is the reason. I am trying to wake up. As Sayori and Natsuki proceed to distract themselves with manga, Monica sighs to herself, unable to shake her worried thoughts. Will the club really have to just come to terms with the fact that some members will be incompatible with each other? Monica desperately doesn't want to admit that, and she knows Sayori doesn't either. But for once, a solution doesn't seem to be in sight. I got it in no mail. Sunshine, lollipops. Thank you to everyone who worked so hard. Oh, hold on. Ray of Vorte, we'll read this real quick. To Untitled Mail Group, yep. December 8th, comparatively. All right, so yeah, so this came a day before the other email. So September 8th, 2019. Again at 12:06 a.m. for reasons. Side stories. Thank you to everyone who worked so hard on the control simulation. I can't imagine how tedious it must have been to so delicately hide Monica's elevated permissions from her without disrupting our connection to the VM. What? Thank you to everyone who worked so hard on the control simulation. Can't imagine how tedious it must have been to do so. I can't imagine how tedious it must have been to so delicately hide Monica's elevated permissions from her without disrupting our connection to the VM. Just to clarify, all the recordings labeled side stories are part of the control simulation, right? I'm noticing some details of the characters' lives here and there that differ a little bit from those in VM1, even trivial ones. Isn't it part of the butterfly effect from some of Monica's more fundamental changes, or is it a result of her just messing around with the other characters in VM1 as her own experiment, or for fun? So if I'm keeping track, we have what, like 5 different universes in total, with 3 or 4 of them created and then destroyed by Monica, of course. It's funny because I keep wanting to speculate on which one is the real universe, but in reality, they all are, as real as ours is anyway. That's interesting. Don't really know what that means. I'm too tired to parse it. Oh, I might have to. Oh, I don't know if I want to like get up and do a walk around or what, but oh. All right, reflection part 2. On the door. A new day arrives. Sayori arrives at the club room earlier than usual. That is, not late. Wait, what? So arrives at the club room early. Okay, never mind. As she enters, it appears to be empty still. So she sits down at a desk and pulls out a sheet of paper, primed to jot down her thoughts. Sayori has made a habit of scribbling her thoughts and feelings onto paper whenever possible, as it tends to serve as her best inspiration for poetry. My heart feels vacant because a ship sailed away. Yo. Ah! Natsuki? Natsuki pokes her head out from behind the closet door. Sorry, didn't mean to scare you. But it would have been a lot more awkward if I didn't say anything. I doubt you want me listening in on your poetry thing. Yeah. Thanks for realizing that. Should I let you finish that up then? Oh no, it wasn't. I mean, I just do it whenever it's convenient. You're not interrupting. Where's Monica, by the way? Oh, she's out in the hallway. Huh? Why? Well, just in case she runs into Yuri. Sometimes Yuri is too nervous to come into the club room by herself, so... Oh. Jeez, does Yuri really let things bother her for that long? She can't control her feelings. For some people, it's really hard to cope when you get a bad thought in your head. Maybe you can distract yourself for a little while. But as soon as it's just you and your thoughts again, it comes back. Ooh. Ugh. I just want us to have a normal club meeting. It's a lot easier to pretend like it never happened if we all just ignore it and move on. I didn't mute that one. It was a small burp. I just don't want to be bothered by this. So stupid. Her opinion of me doesn't matter anyway. Besides, it makes me feel really guilty, and I hate that too. It's okay to have feelings. It doesn't make you weak. Let's figure this out together. Fine. Only because you're good at this stuff. Let's try to come up with a happy scene. Maybe that will help us understand where your bad feelings are coming from. Well, I was happy the way things were before we had to have that conversation yesterday. What part of the conversation made you upset? Was it Yuri being mean about the manga? Maybe. I doubt it, though. Because my friends and other people make fun of manga all the time, but I just brush it off and ignore them. But something about it really got to me this time, and I hate that I'm letting that happen. Is it because it came from Yuri? No, why would that matter? I mean, well, maybe. I hate that she thinks she's so much better than me just because she likes to pretend to be all sophisticated. Yeah, that's what it is. At least other people decide that they don't like me, or manga, or whatever. But Yuri acts like she's too good to even give me a chance. Sorry. Everyone deserves a chance. Yeah, exactly. Would you give Yuri's books a chance? After this? Obviously not. What about before this? Well, I would until I got bored, which wouldn't take very long. But if you actually keep an open mind, then it's not hard to realize that a story can be deep and meaningful without being needlessly complicated. Say, but you know, I like Yuri's books. Yeah, but you like manga more, right? Sayori shakes her head. I like them both. I like them in different ways, but I like them both. I mean, the manga, it's really honest and fun and easy to just let go with. And the fantasy has a lot more to interpret and uncover, and it's really rewarding to have some good quiet time together with it. But the most important thing is that both the manga and the fantasy are true to themselves. So, I love them both. And I think there's room for both of them to be in the same class together. Or, I'm sorry, I think there's room for both of them to be in the same club together. And I just feel like maybe they have more in common than you would think. Um, give me a couple minutes. I will be right back. I apologize. Oh, wrong screen. That delay might have been longer than I wanted it to be. Oh, I'm not sure, but I am hopefully back. Actually, hold on, something else. All right. Now we're better, anyway. I'll be real. I need a moment to rest my eyes. So, that's why I don't know how long it took or didn't take. But then I was like, oh yeah, I should probably use the bathroom. Alright, so let's get back into it. I completely did not absorb these last lines at all. Hello, brat villain. I think there's room for both of them to be in the same club together. I just think that maybe they have more in common than you would think. Oh yeah, we're talking about the manga and the... Alright. How do you get along with everyone so well? I always get into fights with people. Like, first it was with Monica, when I was new to the club. Ah, yes. The villain is playing chess, as the villain does. Then it was with you, and now it's Yuri. And I'm always like, oh, that person's being such a jerk, and if they just realize that, then we could at least get along. But nobody else has this problem. I just keep running away from the reality that everybody's just a jerk to me because nobody likes me. And I don't know why, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I hate it. Natsuki. Sayori puts a comforting hand on Natsuki's shoulder. You're a wonderful person. You deserve to be loved you deserve to be loved as much as everyone else. Everyone has different ways they like to communicate, you know? Sometimes that makes it harder for us to understand each other. I think that sometimes we get lucky and we make friends who are really good at the same kinds of communication. It feels like you magically connect with them. But other times, even if both people are really nice, it's easy for them to misunderstand each other or to get the communication wrong. It's something that Yuri struggles a lot with too. It can be really hard. It takes a lot of like reflection and self-awareness and vulnerability. I'm bad at that one. Vulnerability. I always have to be the strongest. What do you mean? Tell me about that part of you. Well, it sounds stupid, but I'm really used to people being mean to me. Like my friends. I guess my dad, like when I don't get good grades or even stupid things like if my room isn't clean. So what am I gonna do? Cry about it? If I let myself get upset, then it's just letting them win. I'm better than that. I'm better than all of them. So things always have to be everyone else's fault. Ooh, that's not healthy. It feels like if something goes wrong and there's even a tiny hint that it might be my fault, then I just get really angry and I find ways to blame everything else instead. Do you see yourself as better than Yuri? If I said that, then I would just sound really full of myself. No, our thoughts and our feelings are two different things. Even if we don't like our feelings, we have to understand them if we want to learn more about themselves. If we want... What? Even if we don't like our feelings, we have to understand them if we want to learn more about themselves? That sentence makes no sense. That's a part of vulnerability, you know? Accepting that we have feelings that we don't like. I hate that. My feelings make me a bad person. Because my feelings just want to tell me that I'm so much better than her. That she's a judgmental know-it-all who's stuck in her edgy phase and that I'm just way above that garbage. But I'm terrible for feeling that way. You're not terrible. You are not your feelings. But you are not your feelings. Say that to yourself, out loud. Fine. I'm not my feelings. The way that I like to picture it is that those feelings are like your roommate. You live in the same house and you gotta see each other every day. And even if you can ignore each other most of the time, you're gonna run into each other every now and then. It's gonna make you feel like poop. So, the other option is to get to know each other. You can communicate and learn from each other. Maybe even help each other change for the better. That help you understand? How do you know so much about this stuff? Just have a roommate that can be really hard to get along with. Called depression. Depression? But you're like the happiest person I know. I'm not my feelings. Ooh. There's a heaviness to that line. Because you can kind of interpret it multiple ways. But nevertheless, I want to be a good person like you. Aw, you little sweetheart. We're all good people. Except for Ron. He's a fuck. You, Yuri, and Monica. I'm sorry, his name is Bastard. I think Yuri will eventually learn that about you. Natsuki remains silent, feeling a little overwhelmed. Despite Sayori's kind reassurance, a complicated mixture of pain and sadness seems to fill her, as though flowing from a wound inside her. Was it really... or was it a result of her vulnerability? No, it wasn't as though she was inflicted a wound after becoming vulnerable. It was as though she began to rediscover an old wound, one that cannot simply be bandaged and left alone any longer. Rough shit. Yuri, what are you doing all the way over here? I was looking for you. Please don't yell at me! Oh, I'm not going to yell at you. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry about what happened yesterday. It was unfair for me to put everyone on the spot like that. Next time I won't just try to jump in and solve everyone's problems. I guess it's a bad habit of mine. You're not mad at me? I thought you were the one mad at me. I was so awful yesterday. Yuri curls up, recalling the details of the argument. I can't even have a normal conversation without saying something wrong and making everyone upset. Hold on, that's not what happened at all. Let's talk about this, okay? Yuri pauses for a second, then manages a nod. Soccer tryouts! Music club! I don't know what that notes are supposed to be. Monica takes a seat next to her on the staircase. I'm having a lot of negative thought patterns and I can't get away from them. What kinds of negative thought patterns? Everyone hates me. Especially Natsuki. Well, that's terrible. I don't think Natsuki hates you. How do you know? Well, because Monica thinks back to the time that she herself found herself in an altercation with Natsuki, and how a display of maturity from Monica was enough for Natsuki to reevaluate her own feelings as well. I think Natsuki is just naturally defensive. I think she acts mean when she feels the need to protect herself. But you know, she's really not a bad person. In fact, I think she can be really thoughtful and considerate. She's just, well, I guess the way it works is that she wants to receive some degree of kindness first before she feels comfortable returning it. Oh, but that means the burden is on me. And I don't know how to say things like that. What? And I don't know how to say things that make people like me. Alright, that's my bad. Every time I open my mouth, Yuri shakes her head at herself and tugs on her hair. It's okay, Yuri. You don't have to beat yourself up. You don't need to beat yourself up, even. I think anyone would like you if they had the chance to get to know you. Well, unfortunately, the opposite is true. That's why I'm not talkative anymore in the first place. Because everyone used to think I was weird and talk about me behind my back. That's just what happens when I draw attention to myself. Natsuki even said she found it more respectable when people speak their mind, so I did, and she hated me anyway. That was enough to confirm my fears. But Sayori and I like you, and we've gotten to know you a lot by now, right? Yuri doesn't seem to have a response. Hey, what do you think of Natsuki? I don't think about her. Not what I meant, really. I was just wondering if you had any... Oh, and my bad. I was just wondering if you had an opinion of her. I do. I hate that tiny dwarf. No, what is it? Natsuki seems to bring out the worst in me, and I feel really ashamed of it. I like to think of myself as a fairly sophisticated person. For someone to just treat me like I'm inferior despite my tastes. That's just the worst kind of insult coming from someone like her. Whoa! And it makes me think bad things about her. But everyone else seems to like her, so the only explanation is that it's me who's doing something wrong again. My feelings about her are wrong. And I'm wrong to get upset over something so childish and inconsequential. No, Yuri. Feelings are never wrong. That's not accurate. Well, they're not right. God damn it. Why did that tab close? Hold on. There we go, we're back. We're fixed. That's the thing. Feelings are never right or wrong, you know? That's closer to the truth. They're just a state of being that we don't always have control over. But that doesn't mean they have to control us. I feel like that's something I learned around when I first started the club. We can hate ourselves for feeling a certain way about things. Or we can, you know, just acknowledge that they exist and try to understand them better. I can never be mad at you for just feeling a certain way. It's about how you handle them. And I think working through feelings is a great opportunity for teamwork. One could say it makes the dream work. Not me, though. Yuri wears a dejected expression. Make it sound so easy. You're so mature. So good with people. I feel like such a child in comparison. No, Yuri, I'm far from perfect. But these are learned skills. They didn't come naturally to me either. You know, I think this is the first time I really noticed the size difference between Yuri and Monica in the Chestal region. First time I'm really noticing that Yuri is... I guess you could say significantly bigger. Nevertheless, it's really hard to reflect on yourself and separate your feelings from your thoughts. I just want to be a good person. Well, I think it takes a good person to get this far. Not good enough. I want to be able to communicate it to her. Communicate what? How I feel. How it makes me feel frustrated and upset when she's so negative and dismissive of the things that mean so much to me. And how it reminds me of me. Because I know what it's like to feel misunderstood and angry at everyone. I know that telling yourself you're better than everyone else is just a defensive mechanism. Just a defense mechanism. We're just people. We're fragile and unstable. But I'm just tired of that getting in the way. I can't stand it when the peace is disturbed like this. I read that right. Yeah. Can't focus on your reading when the peace is disturbed, right? Because the literature club should be happy for everyone. Monica looks at Yuri in adoration. I feel like Sayori must be rubbing off on me. I really want to hug you right now. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. No, I mean, well, if you wanted to, then I wouldn't really mind, so... Monica pulls Yuri into a short embrace. So gentle. And I love when you communicate your feelings. I feel lucky to get to see that side of you. And I'm sure Natsuki will too. That's some, like, sparks flying shit right there, but we'll leave it alone. I'm going to write her a letter. Oh, a letter? What a great idea. It's because I'm not good at talking, especially under pressure. I always let my feelings get the best of me, and I forget to say all the important things. I say things I don't mean. Well, I think a letter will be wonderful. Such a nice way to communicate. Such a nice girl. Yuri's face hardens with determination. People don't naturally gravitate towards me like they do for you or Sayori. My personality just isn't suited for that. I wouldn't want it to be. But something I've learned is that friendships don't always just magically appear out of thin air. For instance, I never would have seen myself making friends with someone like Sayori. We're opposite in a lot of ways. But I'm friends with her because she puts so much effort into understanding me, so that we can get along. I think it was the same with you. Both gave me a lot of time and patience. And I wonder if she feels the same way. Natsuki? Yuri nods. I always thought that if I wanted to make more friends, I had to be somebody that I'm not. That there's a type of person or a magical formula I have to follow in order to make someone like me. Don't be a dickhead. That's just like, and that's just like me to think that. Always so occupied with myself that I fail to understand other people. Yuri shakes her head. Friendship happens when you think about the other person. When you offer time and effort to understand them and respect them and trust that they also want to be a good person. That's what I learned through my observations in the literature club. Observations? Monica is caught by surprise. Yuri has always kept to herself so much that it's so unusual to hear her suddenly talking about the club like this. But Yuri gently smiles to herself. You always let me listen to your thoughts about people. Sayori too. And it makes me happy because I learn a lot of things. That's just sweet. I had no idea it meant that much to you. Monica never thought much of it. But in the past weeks, Yuri always seemed to be especially attentive when it came to the problems and concerns of others. Always wanting to listen and learn more about her friends in the club. It's true, Sayori and Monica are naturally more comfortable with other people, and can more easily work through situations of conflict. But that doesn't make them better people. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses and the capacity to improve. The first step towards improving oneself is reflection and self-awareness. Something about that line gave me vibes. It's something that Yuri never gave herself enough credit for, but that Monica can recognize as an incredible trait. And with that, her confidence in the club is restored. A very shy girl with long, pretty hair is wandering the bustling lunchtime hallways, her fists pressed into her collarbone. When she finds a literature club president's classroom, she stands at the door, glancing all around her before peering inside. Monica is sitting and chatting with a group of unknown friends. Yeah, as expected, this was a bad idea after all. Suddenly, Monica glances towards the door, making the girl panic and duck out of sight. Before she can regain composure and decide for sure to leave, the classroom door gently opens. Yuri? What a surprise to see you during lunch. Yuri squeaks in response. Please help me. What, is everything okay? Yuri shakes her head. I don't know how to write letters. Thank goodness, I thought there was some kind of emergency. Monika briefly glances over her shoulder at her other friends. You want some help? We can go find an empty classroom or something. Is that okay? I feel bad taking you away from your friends. Oh, fuck them. Totally fine, I promise. We weren't really doing anything. One sec. Monika trots back into her classroom, says something like, I gotta go, to her friends. Grabs a pen off her desk before returning to Yuri. Okay, let's find somewhere quiet. Yuri nods and follows Monika as the two of them set off. How are you today? Ah, me? Well, yes. Oh gosh, sorry, I was just caught off guard. Doing well today, just tired. I never seem to get enough sleep during the week. True. How come? Well, I don't know. I think I'm just easily distracted. I get really sucked into things and start neglecting the time. My God, you're speaking my language. Me too. I do that too. Hey, this classroom is empty. Let's go in here. After peering inside, Monika opens a classroom door, and the two of them enter. Tuh! Yuri's moment of relaxation ends. He watches as Monika pulls two chairs up to the same desk, and obeys as Monika beckons her to a seat. She stares down at the empty desk. Nervous? I want to do this. No, we don't have to. We can come up with something else. Yuri shakes her head. My chance to do something good. I need to take initiative. Gosh, you must be really determined. I know how hard it is to step out of your comfort zone. I'll be sure to encourage you. Yuri pushes through her anxiety and grabs a handful of lined paper from her notebook. Then she picks up her pen. And we're not going to talk about it. Hey, you're left-handed. That's neat. Left-handed? Ah! Yeah. Now I don't have to worry about bumping your arm. Monika playfully rubs her shoulder against Yuri's. Sorry, I'm just being silly, I guess. Just being a little silly goose, little silly gamster. Anyway, how about we start by listening... How about we start by listing the different things you want to say to her? Yuri thinks. I feel embarrassed all of a sudden. Oh, it's okay. How about some of the things you said to me yesterday? But... never mind. I guess I'll try. Yuri thinks for a moment longer, her tension evident. Then she writes the word reflection. This is about my reflection on our behavior. The key question is why we act like this towards each other, but have been able to separately be friends with Sayori. Oh, let me try that again. The key question is why we act like this towards each other, but have been able to separately be friends with Sayori and Monika. That's me! Yes, it is. So, Yuri thinks. I've been able to befriend the two of you because you've taken the time to understand my needs and respect my interests. Same goes for Natsuki too. We started off as pretty hostile to each other because I was so worried about getting what I wanted. Excuse me. But she just wanted to be respected more than anything else. Once I stopped making it all about me, she was able to do the same. I want to do that too. What kinds of things do you want to do for her? I want to do the same things for her that I like to receive. I like it when people respond positively to the things I talk about and not just brush me off. I like it when my feelings are taken seriously. And I like when you and Sayori trust that I want to be a good person, even when I'm not doing a good job at it. Let's write those down. Okay. Yuri writes some things down. I think the most important thing to remember here is that Natsuki is feeling vulnerable, so we should make sure that the letter puts her first. It's hard when you're feeling hurt, but it never helps to just tell someone all the things that they're doing wrong. I think first you have to make sure that they know you're ready. I think first you have to make sure that they know you're ready to respect them and listen to them and admit the things that you feel you could do better. I think first you have to make sure that they know that you're ready to respect them and listen to them. Okay. Then finally, you ask what you would like in return. How does that sound for the structure? It could be 3 paragraphs, 1 for each of those points. I like that. My thoughts were so disorganized, I had no idea how to come up with any kind of structure. You're so amazing at these things. They give off a vibe like they're ready to kiss, but we're not going to talk about it. Oh, stop. Jesus. Oh, stop. I know I'm not the first person to have seen this and be like, oh, they look like they're about to kiss. You've done so much more than I have, you know? You spent so much time reflecting and being open-minded. That's the hardest thing for anyone to do. All I'm doing is helping you put it on a piece of paper. So I think you're the amazing one. Monica gives Yuri's hand a quick squeeze. But as she lets go, she's caught by surprise when Yuri curls her fingers to hook Monica's hand in place. For a while, they sit like that in silence, save for the occasional scratching of Yuri's pen against the paper. Yesterday, you told me something that I'm thinking about a lot. What was that? The thing about how feelings aren't right or wrong, that they're just a state of being we need to come into terms with. It made me think about how a person's behavior isn't always just how they decide to be. It's also made up of their past experiences and their insecurities. I think that helps me see other people as actual people rather than as... What? I think that helps me see other people as actual people rather than as insignificant side characters who are out to get me somehow. Okay, there we go. Oh, cool. DDLC like that. Are you definitely... I'm definitely not a mob boss. I'm 100%, you know, 100% cool. 100% not a criminal in any way. That how you felt about Natsuki? Yuri nods. But in reality, everyone is always trying their best and everyone wants to be happy. Monica peers over at Yuri's paper, but to her surprise, Yuri pulls it closer, partially covering it with her arm. I have to be able to read to help out, you know? It's okay. My thoughts are a lot more organized now, after being able to talk to you about it. Now that I'm actually putting it on paper, I realized I'd really prefer others not to read it. Yuri laughed softly to herself, a rare expression. Kind of glad to hear that, actually. I somehow keep finding ways to butt into this whole thing. I've done enough damage. But it's also been so wonderful talking about this. I mean, I always thought you were really smart, but... Yuri smiles. I will always be terrible at these things. People are just so incomprehensible to me. I'll never get the hang of being one. Oh, well, you ain't gotta worry about that. But listening to you so much has really helped me make sense of some things. So just don't call it damage, please. Monica gives Yuri a gentle smile. Fuck you talking about? Can't believe I came to this club looking for fantasy geeks and all I got was real friends who value me. Yeah, I know. What a fucking... What a time to be alive. That joke? Of course it is. I still can't tell with you. Sorry. No, I love it. Please never change. You wish. Yuri glances at the clock. We're almost out of time. Will you be able to finish? Before the end of the day, probably. But I don't want to come to the club the same day that Natsuki reads it. I'm too shy. I can give it to her instead if you'd like. Yuri nods. As long as you promise not to read it. Of course, I promise. Thank you. Yuri exhales, and the two stand up. I'll message you when it's ready. Monika nods. Good luck, I'm here if you need me. Yuri returns a nod, and the two depart. Okay. That's some crazy tension those two got. We're not going to talk about it. All right. Last two. I'm probably going to go a little bit long today. I want to at least get through Act 1, you know? I think that's what I want to do, is I want to get through Act 1. And then, we can, I've looked at this every fucking time. Yeah, and then we'll call it a night. That's what I'm trying to say. But let's for sure wrap up these side stories. It's only been one day since Yuri's letter was delivered to Natsuki with Monika's help. Excuse me. Because Yuri chose not to attend the club meeting that day, she and Natsuki haven't faced each other since. Although it's only lunchtime, Yuri finds herself anxiously counting the hours until she will need to face the outcome of her efforts, whether good or bad. Because the passing by of students was making her feel even more anxious, Yuri picked out the most secluded spot she could find to spend her lunch. Because the staircase is under maintenance, no student would have any reason for coming here. Such a relaxing feeling to have a moment of solitude in the middle of a frantic school day. Ah! You doing here? I just... Yuri grips her book with enough force to wrinkle the pages beneath the pressure of her thumbs. Well, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? I just came to get a drink from the vending machine. The other one is out of the drink I like. Yuri notices Natsuki fidgeting with a few coins between her fingers. She nods, avoiding eye contact. Natsuki, also looking away, shuffles over to the vending machine. It's so quiet that every one of her movements seems to reverberate through this entire stairwell. After far too long, she finally receives her beverage, which she then fidgets with in place of the coins. It's some kind of iced tea. Cool, I don't recall asking. But instead of leaving right away, Natsuki just stands there in place. She glances all around her. It's like way too quiet back here. It's creepy. I mean, that's not what I meant, really. I mean, it's totally cool that it's your thing or whatever. Like, I can see how it suits you, so... Not because I think you're creepy or something. I didn't mean that either. You know, I'm just gonna stop talking. That seems like a good idea. It's okay. Everything is okay. Yuri finds herself attempting some words of comfort after hearing Natsuki stammer herself into dejection. Seemingly in response, Natsuki approaches the base of the staircase and hesitantly sits herself down near Yuri. Well, I can leave if you want. Yuri shakes her head. Natsuki twists the cap off her drink and takes a sip. Despite receiving Yuri's general permission, Natsuki doesn't say anything more. Yuri continues to read, or at least pretends to. The two just sit there for a long time. The tension seems to fade a little bit as time passes. Even without any words, this seems to mean at least something, though it's not clear what that may be. Lunch ends more quickly than expected. Natsuki is the first to stand up with her empty drink bottle. Are you coming today? To the club. Yuri nods. Sorry for being so awkward. I'm really bad at talking about this stuff. I just can't for some reason. I don't know why. But I want to. Eventually. There's no rush. I promise. Thanks. It's the next day. Natsuki appears from around the corner and steps up to the vending machine, glancing at Yuri as she does so. Today, she seems to be holding some kind of book as well. Oh, you're here again. Well, I just came here to read this, because there aren't any people around here. Oh, I thought you didn't like how quiet it was. Well, I don't, but there's no people here. I see. Natsuki sits down. The mood feels much different today than it did yesterday. After yesterday's lunch and the club meeting that followed, Natsuki and Yuri are beginning to feel more relaxed around each other. Although Yuri's letter is still lingering in the back of Natsuki's mind, she continues to detour around it. But it's okay that I'm here? Yeah, I don't care. I mostly just don't feel like dealing with the crap I get from my friends about it. Especially since like, they all just assumed I stopped reading manga after I joined the literature club. Not that I'm trying to hide it from them exactly. But I just don't want it to come up again now after I've waited so long for this. What? But I just don't want it to come up again now after I've waited so long for this new volume to come out. Alright, there it is. Literally months at this point. Hey. You don't have other friends who are into manga? Not unless online friends count. And Sayori, but that's different, because she's not exactly into it. She just likes it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Honestly, you're lucky that the books you're constantly into at least just look like books. So you don't have to feel like everyone is constantly judging you by what you're reading. That would be so awful. Especially since I already hate attention so much. Well, it's a good thing I have thick skin, I guess. By the way, I would totally recommend finding some friends online if you haven't already. If you're like me and have no one to share your hobbies with. Oh, I have online friends. Since middle school, actually. I was especially desperate back then. It's somewhat embarrassing to reminisce about those days. Sometimes I feel like the me from a few years ago would have benefited from a good smack across the face. Hey, relax. Oh, whatever, we were all just stupid kids back then anyway. And you're still stupid kids, you just don't know it yet. Some of the fanfics I wrote, thank God I used a pseudonym. But I liked it at the time. I got a lot of fulfillment out of it. And plus, I can look back and say with confidence that I've become a better person since then. So I don't think I would change anything. I wonder if a few years from now, we'll think the same thing about our current selves. Well, in theory, yes, but, you know, in practice. Probably. That doesn't make you uncomfortable? No, of course not. I don't care what other people think of me, especially someone who doesn't even exist yet. Alright, here. Natsuki raises her hand to her face and forcefully slaps her own cheek. That's me from the future coming to terms with me right now. Also, ow, I didn't mean to do it that hard. Yuri doesn't seem to react. But then, to Natsuki's surprise, Yuri shyly looks the other way before... Oh, smack my mic. Yuri shyly looks the other way before lifting her arm and doing the same thing to herself, loudly smacking her cheek. Oh, God. Make sure I didn't completely cock up my audio there. Oh, I don't care about you. Don't care. Not even the little tiniest bit do I care about any of that. Alright. Get me back in here. Blah, 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 blah. But then to Natsuki's surprise, Yuri shyly looks the other way before lifting her arm and doing the same thing to herself, loudly smacking her cheek. She turns red and stares into her lap, but is unable to hide a smile, as though it was a really funny joke.
Funny joke?
Hold on. Oh, I don't think I have the voice to do Yoda.
What kind of car do I drive? A Toyota. Funny joke?
Alright, not bad. Alright. Let's... I'm not bad. I didn't mess up my audio. Hooray! I'll smoke the crack. Hooray! Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I didn't know you had it in you. I don't. I don't even know why I did that. Maybe I thought it would be funny. Sorry, I keep distracting you. You said you were looking forward to reading, but I keep going on about all this nonsense. I'll let you get to your reading. Oh, right. Yeah, I guess I'll do that then. Conversation ends quickly. Natsuki opens her book. The two read silently for the remainder of the lunch hour. But the whole time, Yuri feels distracted by a twist of regret over having so abruptly forced the end of their conversation.
Funny conversation?
You're back. Yeah, I'm here to lay low again. Another day has passed. During lunchtime, Natsuki finds herself having wandered to the stairwell once more. Hey, did you buy that? Natsuki quickly notices a bottle of iced tea on the staircase where she normally sits. Yuri nods, avoiding eye contact. What, like, for me? But you didn't know I was coming here today. What if I didn't show up? Well, I would have drank it myself, I guess. It was a stupid thing to do. What a stupid thing to do. No, it wasn't stupid. I just thought... Never mind. What I meant to say is thank you. And that it's a really nice gesture. It's okay if you don't feel that way. I do! It was the other thing that I didn't mean. I swear, please believe me. Sounds like the villain. After she does villainy and evil. But I'm hero, please believe me. No. Yuri pauses, then nods. Talking is hard. I get it wrong a lot, too. So I believe you. Natsuki exhales in relief. She then sits down next to Yuri and takes the drink. Knowing Yuri, she was probably overthinking it so much that Natsuki's tepid response filled her with self-doubt. I'll do something nice for you next time. Please, don't feel obligated. I want to. I want to do nice things, too. Okay. Thank you. You can thank me after I figure out how to do something nice. I'll do it then, too. Natsuki sighs. Nothing. It just reminds me of how I haven't been getting along with my friends lately. Is that why you've been coming here? Well, no, not exactly. I haven't been avoiding them on purpose or anything. There are just other things I'd rather be doing during lunch lately. I like being around them when they're all just having fun, but they also just can't take anything seriously. So when I'm, I don't know, feeling serious, then their attitudes just really get on my nerves. It's really gotten worse ever since I joined the literature club. How come? I don't know. I feel like I used to be really good with just putting up with it, because it would be so stupid to cause drama over a joke I didn't like or something. But I just have a hard time doing that lately. But it's my fault for being overly sensitive. If I have a problem, I'm not going to demand for everyone around me to change. But yeah, I know. Monica and Sayori really don't agree with that kind of thing. But they definitely smell. But they're not in my position, so it's easy for them to say that you should just communicate your feelings or whatever. It's not like my friend group does that kind of thing. I would just be making an embarrassment of myself. Sorry, none of this has anything to do with you. I don't know why I'm talking about it. It's okay. I like listening. What? Listening to other people's problems? Yes. That's weird. Sorry. I just like learning about people. You think it's weird? No, that's not weird. I probably just misunderstood, so... I don't know. Does that mean I should keep going? If you'd like. Okay. Well, I don't know what to talk about now. What are some things that you like about your friends? A lot of things. I mean, they're really fun to hang out with, like after school and on the weekends. And they really like my baking. And it's fun to complain about school together. They make me laugh a lot. We have a lot of good memories and inside jokes. Oh. So they're the ones you talk about, like the tribal beef and head of the Babel. No, I'm bad at a lot of those things. So? Are those all things that are important to you? Well, kind of, but they're not things I need to get out of everybody. Everyone in the club is really different from that, but I'm still friends with them too. Well, Sayori really likes your baking, and she makes you laugh. And she complains a lot. That doesn't mean she's anything like my other friends. Well, unlike them, she's a nice person who cares about your feelings. Excuse me? How about you don't talk about that? How about you don't talk that way about my friends that you don't know anything about? Natsuki stands up. No, wait. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I didn't want to say something bad. Please don't leave. Natsuki sighs and shakes her head. It's fine. As long as you understand that you can't just judge people like that. Sorry. Natsuki sits back down. You can't just compare friends like that and, like, measure who's better than who. Everyone's different. For instance, I'm the greatest. Me, Ron. Me, bastard. I'm sorry. I just don't like people who want to hurt you. A moment of silence stretches between them. They don't want to hurt me. We just like to tease each other about stupid things. It's fun. I don't like that. Yeah, you wouldn't understand. Well, that's why I'm friends with them and you're not. You like it? Don't worry so much about me. Not worth it. Sorry. Look, the important thing is, like, when you're within a friend group that teases, it's important that everyone knows and understands and respects boundaries. That's kind of what tends to be the rub is a loss of that idea. And that's kind of what Natsuki's dealing with. Sorry. I wish I knew how to help with social conflicts. Like how Monica can. She's good at these things. Not really. Also, I don't always want help. Sometimes it's just stuff I have to deal with myself. That's what Monica and Sayori never seem to understand. Sometimes all you do is look at them wrong and they're all like, oh, what's wrong? Is everything okay? I want to mind my own business sometimes and decide myself if I want to talk about things. The only one who understands that is you. So you really shouldn't be so hard on yourself. You're not bad as you think. Oh, you don't need to reassure me or anything. I mean that. Plus, it makes sense that someone who doesn't talk a lot would make a good listener. Thank you. You're also nice. It's really hard for me. It doesn't come naturally at all. It's so weird because I always thought of myself as someone who can just say whatever's on my mind. But I feel like that only works when I'm annoyed or upset or want to say something mean. Why am I like that? You don't have to answer that. I'm just talking to myself. Yuri nods and remains silent. Natsuki notices her fidgeting with the pages of her book. How come you like reading so much? Oh, a lot of reasons. But I just get sucked into it so easily. It's so immersive, like I want to be a part of it. I think there are a lot of things about people in real life that make me feel uncomfortable and frustrated. Especially when it comes to following social conventions and group interactions. I just don't really understand it, and I have no real desire to participate. But it's different with books. It feels like I always want to be around the characters. I feel such a strong emotional connection with them in ways that I've never felt with real people. So in a way, it can sometimes feel more real than real life. Sure. Really? Is that hard for you to be around people? Like, all the time? Fairly often, especially in group settings. When people are making all kinds of conversation and saying jokes and all of that, I don't know what to do and I just disengage. Oh. Doesn't get lonely? I don't think so. I can still enjoy spending time with people one-on-one, and I have online friends too, of course. You ever wish that you could be friends with the characters in your books? All the time. Sometimes so badly that it makes my heart ache. Yeah. Too. Really? I used to get that when I was like young. Like when I was 8, 9, 10-ish. I grew out of that. What was the line said? Oh yeah. Me too. Really? A lot. Like, more than anything. Oh, excuse me. After Natsuki mutters that, silence fills the stairwell once more. But it's a mutual silence. One full of understanding. You got to learn! Self-hate, social anxiety. Alright, sure. Hey. Oh, hello. I almost thought you weren't coming today. Yeah, well, lunch is already more than halfway over. Natsuki had typically been meeting Yuri in the stairwell much earlier, since it had been a good way of dodging her friends when she didn't feel like seeing them. Today she's holding a large plastic container in both hands. I ran into my friends, so I hung out with them for a while. That's so? Yeah. I was in a good mood today, so I figured I should. I hadn't seen them in a while, which I had to come up with an excuse for, but I expected that. Plus, I have way more of these than I know what to do with, so I figured I would share with them, too. Plus, I have way more of these than I know what to do with, so I figured I would share with them, too. Okay. As she sits down, Natsuki opens the lid of her container. You made cupcakes. You know it. Been a while at this point, so I figured it was about time again. You can take one if you want. Yuri takes a cupcake and carefully twirls it between her fingers. It's brown, with dark green frosting immaculately shaped into a floral pattern and topped with some kind of glittery powder. How pretty. I just ate, so I may not be able to finish it. It's a cupcake, what do you mean? Oh, are they for the club? Yeah, I guess so. I didn't really think about it. I just made them. Ah, I just thought that because green is Monica's favorite color, right? Well, yeah, but that's not really... Yuri takes a small bite. This green tea flavored. I love green tea. Oh, do you? It was just a random idea I wanted to try, so... Don't laugh at me. I'm not. I just felt happy. Oh, sorry. Usually when... Never mind. What I mean is that I'm glad. Sorry for saying dumb things again. You're fine, babe. I just wanted to do something nice. This is something I happen to be good at. And I do know that you like them from past experience. Yuri turns red, recalling the time she treated herself rather generously to Natsuki's cupcakes. Ironically, her mouth is too full of cupcake for her to stammer an excuse, so she just settles for a disapproving look. How did you get into baking? Oh, well, 15 months and counting. You are not Wind, you are Villain. That thing was mad quiet, and I don't know why. Also, I don't think that's the right voice. I don't know. Well, it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it right this second. Villain. Oh, well, I don't know. It kind of just always appealed to me. Well, a few years ago, I read this one manga with a lot of baking. So I got like super into it for a while. I was probably making stuff almost every day. Oh, that's nice. What exactly are wind noises? Is it the sound of you stabbing innocent children in the streets in front of their parents? And burning down orphanages? Is that what wind noises are? But it's something that I always knew I liked anyway. It's like... Baking is like art, but when you get good at it, it gets more delicious too. I'm struggling to imagine myself putting my heart into something so artistic, knowing that it would just be eaten afterwards. Hey, remember that part earlier where I said drop one more bit one more time? You probably don't remember that. Yeah, that'll be fine. I'm struggling to imagine myself putting my heart into something so artistic, knowing that it would just be eaten afterwards. Yeah, well, you know. Yeah, maybe you're too practical for it. I think I prefer to be on the receiving end. That's my other favorite part about it. It's something I can do that makes a lot of people happy, like unconditionally. Except if they're diabetic. Everyone is always so thankful, and in that moment, you get to be like the bringer of joy. I don't know, it just makes me feel valued? Yeah, I guess that. So you were able to make up your... So you were able to make up with your friends today? There wasn't really anything to make up with them about. Yeah, there wasn't really anything to make up with them about. We weren't fighting or anything. We weren't? Yeah, I'll do that. Maybe I misunderstood. It only turns into a fight if I lose my cool, and that's just unnecessary drama. It only makes things worse. So they're not going to stop? I mean, it only happens sometimes anyway. It's just the way they are. I'm the only one who ever has a problem with it. Not worth it. Especially since I have somewhere to go now when I don't feel like hanging out with them. Oh, I say. The cupcake's empty foil wrapper audibly crinkles as Yuri clenches a fist. I'm glad that the situation is resolved. That you don't have to avoid them anymore. Yeah, me too. And I don't have to bother you during your alone time anymore. I'm sure you have a lot of reading to catch up on. Yeah. I know that cupcakes are basically nothing compared to all the stuff you've done for me. But it's the best I can do. So you can have the rest of them. Natsuki grabs the box and slides it over to Yuri's feet. Yuri stares at the box. Then she shakes her head and slides them back. You should save them for your other friends. But I made them for you. Natsuki's voice whines as she protests. I know. And I like them very much, exactly as you thought. You succeeded. But I know you care about making your other friends happy too. And if this is the way you know how to make that happen, then I'm not going to take it from you. No, they were for making you happy. You make me happy. You're worth more than cupcakes to some people. That's why they want to spend time with you and be your friend. Without warning, tears pour from Natsuki's eyes. She pulls her knees to her chest and starts sobbing into her arms. Natsuki, I'm such a bad person. Yuri stammers, feeling panicked. I didn't mean to say anything bad. Natsuki shakes her head and wipes her eyes. Didn't. I just... Natsuki tries to choke back her sobs, but struggles to speak through them. I just really hate myself sometimes. And it feels so wrong when you say those nice things to me. Like I don't deserve it. Sorry. I am. I'm so difficult. And I can't think of even a single thing about myself that somebody would like. And I hated myself for bothering you with... Blah, blah, blah. And I hated myself for bothering you during lunch. I just thought it was my chance to be a good person. Like to be nice and do the things you wrote about in the letter. I knew if I tried in the club, Sayori and Monica would be super annoying and make a huge deal out of it. No, I think a lot about those... I think a lot of those negative things, too, about myself. I never felt like a good person. I always scrutinize everything I say. And later I feel like I said all the wrong things. And I just spend so much time thinking about myself, hating myself, and feeling like everyone else must hate me too. So I understand some of that through my own experience. And that's why I wanted to write the letter and express my feelings. It pained me to see those things in someone else that I saw in myself. Natsuki sniffles. Yuri rustles through her bag and pulls out some tissues and hands them to Natsuki. Monica told me that it takes a good person to reflect on these things. The desire to improve yourself, that makes you a good person. So don't worry so much. Also, there are things about you that people would like, so... Like what? Like how you're fun for people to be around. And how you're not shy, and you know how to make people laugh. And you're very passionate about things, and you know how to take the lead. And you care a lot about other people. And just a lot of things. Oh. Well, now you're making me feel really embarrassed. Well, you're the one who asked. Don't you think I feel embarrassed? Natsuki tries to hide a smile, then she sighs as it fades again. Every time I come here, I always think it's the last time, but then I keep coming back for some reason. Is that bad? It's really confusing. I mean, my friends and I go way back, so ditching them all the time just feels like... So ditching them all the time feels like... I don't know. Feels like what? Natsuki's voice gets quiet. Maybe I'm scared that they'll get mad at me. I really don't know what to do. She pauses. Yuri stares into the distance, tracing her eyes along the patterns of the floor tiles while she thinks to herself. What would you do, hypothetically, if your friends were happy for you instead of mad at you? Happy for what? Happy that your new club is making you happy. Well, that's just not a fair hypothetical. Natsuki says that, but with little confidence in her voice. I always told myself that I don't rely on the approval of others to be happy. And I still feel that way, but I'm spending time with people who put me down whenever I don't have their approval. That's probably what's making me feel so confused. Because I'm threatened out of the things that should make me happy. So no matter what, it's like I have to be unhappy to be happy. It's making my head hurt. Must make it really difficult to feel comfortable with yourself. Being made to feel like you're wrong just for being the person you are. Really goes against everything I believe in, doesn't it? It goes against the kind of person I want to be. I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with a lot of things. Natsuki presses her palms into her forehead and shakes her head. I know what's best for me, and I keep convincing myself out of it. It's so much easier to be comfortably unhappy than it is to do something so scary. And I have become comfortable. To do what? You know, end it. With them? Natsuki nods. Hold on. Oh, hit my mic again. I didn't think you were actively considering that as an option. I wasn't until recently. Just one of those things where, like, been a certain way for so long that you just get used to it. Like, so much of you has gone into it. So much that it feels like that's just how your life is. And throwing it away is like throwing away such a big part of your life. It makes me feel sick to think about. Natsuki sighs. It's really scary. It's terrifying. What are you scared of? I don't know. A lot of things. Like being alone. Not having anyone to talk to or hang out with. Not being able to replace what I have with them. And I don't want them to hate me. And I'm scared they'll hurt me for going against them. Ooh. Physically? Not physically, but... Yuri clenches her fist. Natsuki. What? If anyone even thinks to cause you harm, I will unleash hell upon them. Natsuki snorts in laughter. Don't laugh at me! Sorry, I was just... I like that. That's all. Oh. Well, I meant it. I know you did. Natsuki gives Yuri an endearing look. I needed it. As the conversation lapses, Natsuki again slides her box of cupcakes over to Yuri. Just take them, okay? I don't want other people to have them anymore. You sure? Natsuki nods. I'm sure. I will then. I'll enjoy them. Natsuki looks away, but a feeling of warmth spreads through her. She holds on to that feeling, knowing it will give her courage. Oh my. Alright. Lock in, I guess. Ah, you're here first today. Mm-hmm. You brought reading material. Mm-hmm. Natsuki's sitting in her usual spot, this time holding a volume of manga while her lunch sits beside her. Yuri sits down as well and opens her own book. It sucks when a good series has to come to an end. Like it's such a big part of your life, and then one day there's just nothing left. It makes you feel so empty. Unfortunately, I'm about to experience that myself. I'm in the last book of the series. That sucks. But there's also something satisfying about letting a story conclude. I don't know if I'd want it to go on forever. Maybe. But there's some things I wish I... But there's some things that I wish could. On the other hand, have you ever read something that overstayed its welcome? Yeah, definitely. I can think of at least one thing I've read that got pretty unbearable like halfway through and the ending really sucked. Hey, Azir! I would like to say that I'm close to wrapping, but I don't really know how much longer is going to go into this side story. So, you know, I'm just kind of rolling with it. So it sucks when something good has to end, but it also sucks when they just keep inventing more plot until you don't like it anymore. I guess it sucks either way. Mm-hmm. Well, that's the nature of all things. They come to an end. The two fall silent. They slowly eat while making their way through their respective reading material. That was one of the others I wanted to check. Yeah, everything looks fine, I guess. Except Natsuki doesn't seem to be touching her food at all. You don't go out during the weekends, right? Excuse me? Like with friends at the mall or downtown or whatever. I'm not a total shut-in, you know. Nah, so we're wrapping up the Yuri sub-story. Or we're wrapping up sub-stories now, and we are... we're about to get to that moment. You know, we're in the final section here of, Act 1. That's the... Yeah. Not a total shut-in, you know. Oh, my bad for making assumptions. Well, I'm sure I go out less often than other people. Like you and the others in the club. Yeah, that moment. I don't really meet with friends and arbitrarily spend... Oh yeah, never mind. I don't really meet with friends and arbitrarily spend time like that. I'm usually meeting with my board game group. Board game group? It doesn't matter. It's just more nerdy stuff. Hey, yo, you play D&D? You got the math rocks. Girl, show me your math rocks. Why do you ask anyway? I was just curious. I just realized that I couldn't picture it, so I'm just curious. Yuri looks at Natsuki and realizes that she's shaking. Don't look at me like that. Sorry. Natsuki pulls her knees into her chest and puts her head down. Can't take this. Did I do something? Yuri gets flustered, her mind racing over what she may have said or done. I did. I ended it. I texted them earlier, telling them. And then I just blocked them because I'm so afraid of their responses. And now it feels like I'm dying inside. Oh, that's... Sorry. Totally unsure of what to do, Yuri can barely find any words of support to offer. Meanwhile, the sound of Natsuki's unusually hard breathing fills the air. Then she speaks again, barely above a whisper. Help me. I feel sick and I want to hit my head against things. Please help. I can't take this. You may be having a panic attack. With that realization, Yuri's demeanor suddenly changes. I have experience with this, so I'll help you through it, okay? Natsuki meekly nods through her rapid breath, head still buried in her knees. Yuri slides over to Natsuki and sits on the step beside her. Then she puts her hands on Natsuki's shoulders. Can you feel my hands? Natsuki nods. Her shaking becomes much more apparent through Yuri's sense of touch. Yuri keeps her voice low and gentle. You're safe right now. You're in a good and safe space where nothing can hurt you. Natsuki nods once more. Although Yuri is only touching Natsuki's shoulder, she can practically feel her racing pulse through the base of her neck. We'll do a breathing exercise together. All you have to do is listen to my breaths and breathe along with me. Let's breathe in now. Yuri takes a deep, slow breath. Beneath her hands, she feels Natsuki's shoulders rise as Natsuki takes a breath of her own, trying to mimic Yuri. They exhale together, although Natsuki's breath shakes on the way out. That's good. Let's keep going. Yuri breathes in once more, and Natsuki joins her. They continue like that for a few more cycles while Yuri closely monitors. Eventually, Yuri feels Natsuki rest more of her weight into Yuri's palms. Let's focus on the physical world. All you have to do is focus on the feeling of your breaths going in and out, and the weight of my hands on your shoulders. You're in a safe and comfortable physical space. Minutes pass in silence. By now, the worst of it is past, but Yuri is determined not to move away until Natsuki prompts her to. Meanwhile, Natsuki's lifted her head off her knees, and her breathing has mostly steadied. Then she takes a final deep breath and slowly pulls herself to her feet, causing Yuri to let go. She stretches her arms. Sorry, I didn't mean to freak out. I don't know what my deal is. You don't have to apologize. It must be enormously stressful for you. Is that going to keep happening? It may, or it may not. We can take measures to help prevent it in the future, but I think it will naturally get better over time. Natsuki motions to sit back down again, so Yuri moves over. Yuri turns away to pick up her open book from the dusty floor, which she had hastily set down earlier. She brushes the dust off of the cover. I don't think I could have gotten through that alone. Not alone. Feeling shy again, Yuri speaks into her own lap. From now on, you don't have to do anything alone. As she says that, Yuri tenses up. It's rare for her to so openly share her thoughts. But something about Natsuki, of all people, makes it feel so much more natural to do so. Perhaps because, like Yuri, Natsuki is so timid and uncertain of herself. Natsuki does such a good job at hiding it that it's taken a long time for Yuri to finally realize it. And because of that, Yuri is able to deliver the reassurance that she herself would have wanted, demonstrating that you deserve the love of others. If you can accept that for the first time, then perhaps you can begin the tumultuous journey of learning to love yourself. Do you really mean that? You're probably going to regret saying that if you do. How so? Because I'm probably going to have a lot of free time during the weekends from now on. You're giving me permission to be as annoying as I want and drag you around to a lot of places. I see. But you already said it, so you can't take it back now. Ah. Well, I suppose I have no Well, I suppose I have no choice but to accept that responsibility then. I know a good ice cream place. Oh? That means you'll finally figure out my favorite ice cream flavor. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, you don't remember? The first day that you came to the club, you guessed everyone's favorite ice cream flavor, but for me, you said you had no idea. Seriously? I don't remember that at all. Oh wait, yes I do. I said it was probably green tea. Yuri shakes her head. It's a good guess. My favorite is usually to get chocolate and raspberry together. Chocolate and raspberry? How fancy. How is that fancy? Oh, I don't know. I feel like I should have guessed something like that. Well, maybe next time I'll try chocolate and strawberry. Hey, strawberry is my favorite. What a coincidence. I think it helps to have something to look forward to. I still have the sick feeling in my stomach, but it's easier now to convince myself that I did the right thing. Is there anything better I could be doing? Not that I know of. There's nothing that will make this easy for me. And you already did more than I thought anyone could. Hi, Eden! We are... I don't know how far we are to the end. I think we're kind of close to the end of the stream here. I'm going over just because I want to... You know, I made a trigger warning. We might as well get through it. You know? Here's the villain with her wiggles. You already did more than I thought anyone... You already did more than I thought anyone could. Come to think of it, we never talked about the letter you wrote. I will not wiggle. See, you got on me for ruining emotional moments. Now here you are ruining emotional moments, brat. But I feel like we're way past that at this point. I don't even know what to talk about. I have been. Except that I think it helped me understand my needs a little better. The way I'd like to be treated. The kinds of friends that I want to have. That's why I wanted to start coming here in the first place, even though I was so scared of causing more problems. I thought it was a coincidence that you ran into me. I thought it was a coincidence that you ran into me here initially. Yeah, I can words. Oh, well, not exactly. What do you mean? Nothing. I may have tracked you down first. With the help of Sayori. But you said... I was shy, okay? I wasn't ready to, like... Whatever, you know what I'm saying. Well, I guess I'm glad that you worked up the courage. Even if it was in your own way. I can tell that you've been making a lot of difficult decisions. It's brave, and it will make things easier. I'm sorry, it will make things better in the long run. I think anyone would be proud of you for it. Anyone? You mean, like you? Yes, like me. You know, I could get used to this. As long as you don't tease me too much. Fine. Just a little then. That's fine. I know how uncertain everything feels to you right now. But I really do think that good things are in store. Those are my honest feelings. Thanks. Feels nice to be reassured. The two girls continue their conversation through the remainder of lunch. But a new feeling hangs in the air, a feeling of greater certainty in their path forward. In just a few hours, there will be another literature club meeting where the 4 club members will happily spend time together. Each of them, all with their own special qualities, have something unique that they can deliver to one another. Through their friendship and literature, the club members will continue to grow and find new happiness together. The end of each chapter is the start of the next. Yuri thinks to herself. Since she's about to finish her long-running series, it would be best to have a new book lined up. Perhaps this weekend would be a good time to visit the bookstore. Together. Okay. Oh, did I not get... That's... Well... Alright. Let's get through the part. Alright, let's get it. Whew. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take it with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Bastard! You're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. Write your own. Surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on days this important, she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And I suddenly feel awful knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all? You should take a little responsibility for her, bastard. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. Kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Oh, fuck you. Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. The club president, after all. But I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? Yeah. About how I basically turned down her confession? Makes me really seem like the bad guy here. But I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Hey? Monica's being friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Sorry, my bad. I hit the wrong mute button. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. One that I haven't read before. Here it is. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Bastard? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to go get Sayori, so... well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? Yeah, here we go. I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or to help wake her up. Or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. I think it's this slide. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. Isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Alright, here it is. Sayori... I forgot the quick flash. Sayori... Oh, we jumping right ahead to it. We're skipping all the dialogue. You trace back .text for details. Interesting. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. Yeah, buddy. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession. That has to have been what pushed her over the edge. Her agonized scream still echoes in my ears. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and gave her what I know she wanted out of our relationship, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I had only one chance, and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 Oh, that's different. There it is. Yes. And, yeah, there it is. Okay, I don't remember at what point. There's a point where I guess I don't have to do it like right away. Like I could start the second cycle and get more of a guaranteed point to where it'll work. But we're gonna have to get to a point where we're gonna have to like save and load or not save and load, but like open and close DDLC within, you know, the fake OS. Because, you know, now we're going to be hunting for secrets, and there's one that, you know, was easy to miss, and, you know, I'm trying not to miss it. Anyway. Hoo-wee. Yeah, they definitely updated all of that. I guess because, you know, people know, so, like, you know. Got a little put a little extra stank on it, you know? So anyway, for those of you who managed to come out here and watch us live, love and appreciate you for watching this live. If you're watching this on the VOD, I hope you join me live every Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow is going to be a very special day because I'm going to be doing a subathon goal. We'll be spending 3 hours studying a bit of V5. I'm going to be cracking open the core rulebook. I have it on PDF. I'll see if I'll make sure that I have the most recent PDF of the core rulebook. We're just going to spend 3 hours, reading through as much as we can, and, that'll be the time. I don't know if I'm going to skip ahead to, like, actual rules or what. I don't really know how I'm going to handle that, but, we're going to do that. And, yeah. So that's the play here. As for raids, who the heck are we raiding? Let me make sure she's not wrapping up real quick. I think I know who I want to raid, maybe. I has idea. Alright, doesn't look like we're ending anytime soon, so let's raid Ludmilla. And that'll be the play. Alright. I'm gonna get out of here. Big stretch. Oh yeah, there we go. Take care, be well. Hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow. And yeah. Bye everyone.